Hello and welcome. I want to go through my build, the Archibald Cenotaph, that I did a time-lapse for. The link to the time-lapse is in the description, so if you haven't checked it out, please do so. I recommend you going through this before watching this walkthrough. That makes it much more fun, in my opinion. Anyway, the Archibald Cenotaph. I added a little backstory to it. The name Archibald is named after Archibald Cenotaph Bellany. He was a conservationist known as a gray owl, and he made sure that the North American beavers basically survived and didn't go extinct. And the name Archibald was then used for the iron teeth beaver that was the leader, and the backstory is that he went missing and that some of his followers went and built a nice little memorial building for him. So that is what we ended up with, and you can see that over here. I'm sure you have seen it all, but now we're going to go into a little bit more detail of what I did and how I did it and why I did some stuff. First of all, it took a long time. I was waiting for a lot of resources all the time. I had 2 extra districts. There was one over on this side, and you can still see the remains of the water dump that I had here and the dandelions that I added. This was played on a custom map, Crater Lake. The link is also in the description. It was an older map, so it didn't have the mines yet, so I added 2 mines to it. And this is another place where I had a town. You can see that I planted forests around here and a water dump over there. In the beginning of the time lapse, you see the beavers walking in through here. The way I did that, I added some stairs to it so they could get up to the district center. And if you place your beavers somewhere outside of the area of where their district is, they will move to the district and the camera will follow the selected beaver. So that is how I did the beginning part of the video. So the idea was to make a pyramid-like cenotaph, basically a grave for Archibald, but without having the body. It is called a cenotaph, and that's where the name comes from. As you can see, I forgot to add these little shrubs to a couple of places. Let me place those now. Sure they can finish those at some point, so let's place those and they can make those. I will add the save game also, so you can download it and look at it yourself. Anyway, let's dive in. I had an idea to make a green area surrounding it and have a canal inside and then housing on the outside. Unfortunately, you can build levees on top of houses, so I wanted it to be all levied, so it looked more similar everywhere, but unfortunately can't do that. So I went with the platforms instead. It still does look quite nice. Over here I added a lot of storage. That's the only storage we currently have. And then, of course, you have seen we added those large metal platforms. So the reason I added those large metal platforms is because we also need food and industry for these beavers to survive. And if we go down, you can see that under here we have a lot going on. We have a food production over here. We have a food production over here. We have some additional forest over here with a tapper shack, so we can collect some pine raisin and maple syrup. We have berries on the inside row, and we have some dandelions here as well. And in every corner we also have a gather flag, of course, to collect all of that. And then in this corner we have the power generation, and we have what the industry that needs power. So we have charging stations for the golems. They are not longer needed. I discarded all of the golems because it is a city for normal beavers only, but you can re-add them if you want. To the build, you will just need to shift some stuff over and add some production facilities for golems. The power is then transferred upwards, as you can see over here. It is going up and then into the side of the build, and the whole area around here has power connections, and then it goes from there, it goes through here to the middle, and it goes upwards, and as you can see, it goes up more and more, and it connects over here to these small warehouses, and they are connected to the tributes, and the tributes are connected to our carousels, and that is how the carousels get their power. So yeah, our industry over here, we have 8 engines running, and they power everything. And as you can see, we maybe you've seen it in the playthrough, or in the time lapse, I mean, we have 2 water sources here, and I surrounded everything with dirt and build it up so that all the top parts are also green, and it flows down here with a waterfall. It goes into these platforms, and these platforms are surrounding everything over here, and the water is under it, so all this is watered, and that's why everything around it is green. We have another one of those over here with water, and then it goes through here, and it spills over through a dam into the middle part under here. So all of this has water under it, and that spills in turn over with a dam under this bridge into the actual canal, and that in turn spills under here with a dam, and that goes under this little forestry area and then spills out on the sides. So the water spills out on the sides of all these little pointy things on the outside. I also forgot to remove this path and plant more maple trees. So there are some small tiny issues with it, but yeah, what can we do? We'll add what we need. There we go. That will grow eventually. Same goes for this one. I also forgot to remove that path. We needed that path to build the outer part, this full end corner piece. So I forgot to add those. I don't know if, yeah, I think I did it for the other 2. Yeah. So there are small little issues. We also had to disable all these, pause all these houses because they're not connected. So if we unpause it, the path doesn't reach. It did reach when we had this building lower and different connections, but most of it is connected. So yeah, that is the build. It took a long time because I was mostly waiting for resources from the other parts to get metal and get that produced into metal blocks, because we need a lot of metal blocks for all these platforms. And then there's the triple or the large metal platforms, and then the regular metal platforms are under here. So yeah, we needed a lot of metal. And yeah, I think Archibald would be pretty happy with this Cenotaph if he saw it. Let me know what you think of this build. As I said, the save game is available, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. And I will be back with more time lapses soon. Well, not as soon as this one, because it takes a lot of time. I'm gonna concentrate a little bit on other things first, and then come back with another one. And I also stream on Twitch, and we have a Discord channel as well. Both of those links are in the description. Please consider stopping by there as well. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.